Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back in with another Bleach Naruto anime discussion video. So yes, today I bring you guys another discussion video of ranking to worst to best of the big three. Has been the most debate for centuries of people wondering out of all the three which is the best and the worst in people's opinions. And this is going to be my take of which out of all of these three are the best and the worst. So I decided to give each 12 categories of discuss a few things, and I'm just going to choose who has this or that when it comes to certain things. I have 12 of these. So we have world building, side characters, animation, fights, villains, main characters, goal, female characters, soundtracks, power system, pacing, rivals, and main character. So basically, I'm just gonna choose one. I'm not gonna ranking, okay, let's say who has the most side characters in, ranking towards the best in the big three. I'm not gonna do like, oh, the side characters top one, top two, top three, that sort of thing. No, I'm just gonna pick one of the show who has the best out of each. So these three will have 10 points, and whoever has the most highest points would be the best, and those who have the lowest will be the worst, or if someone is closer in the middle, they will be mid. So just want to clear that out of the way. Again, I'm not going to try to be biased. I know some people are going to say that already knows, but no, this is basically me, and I took some notes, etc, etc, etc. And my knowledge of One Piece is vaguely a bit, so just bear with me on this. So, with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So we're going to start with the world building. I had to give this to One Piece. One Piece actually shows the more world building than Naruto. I mean, you could debate on that. Bleach also has a similar thing as well. It shows world building of, the Soul Society, the Wake of Mudo. But with One Piece, it shows it all. All that Naruto and One Piece, Naruto and Bleach can, compare. So I had to give the world building to One Piece. So the next one is the side characters. I had to give this to One Piece yet again. Don't get me wrong, I do love the side characters for Naruto and Bleach, but I had to give this one to Luffy, One Piece, because you have Luffy and his crew, you have Ichigo and his friends, Chad, Uryu, Orihime, Renji, and Rukia, and you have Naruto with Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke, Hinata, Gaara, Rock Lee, those side characters. But I had to give this to One Piece of their side characters of the cruise ship. I can't say anything else. That I'm not saying they are the best, but they do have I can't speak. I'm not saying that One Piece has better and perfect side characters. No, they have the edge of having the good side characters in their own right. So the next one is animation. Of course, I had to give this to Bleach because, look at 1,000 Year Blood War, how the animation is so clean, so vivid, and the animation is so amazing how far they evolve of their animation through years. Naruto, well, there's some rumor and speculation that we actually are getting reanimated of the entire Naruto series, but there was no news or anything like that. Hell, One Piece have grown evolved their animation as well, but not even compared to Bleach. So I had to give this to Bleach. Next one is the fight. Now this is a tie between Bleach and Naruto. The fight scenes for each of these two shows it's hard to choose one. Because you have Naruto versus Sasuke, you have Gaara versus Rock Lee, you have Sakura versus Anna, you have Sasuke versus Iticha. Oh God, I forgot his name. Itichi. Oh my God, I used to know his name and now I can't say it no more. What the fuck? Itachi. There you go. Itachi. There you go. Whew. It clicked my head. And you have Obito, Kakashi. You have Madara again, Naruto and Sasuke. You have these awesome fights. And while you have Bleach, you have Ichigo versus Aizen, Ukiura, Grimjo, Byakuya Kuchiki. You have Renji against Uryu that we just had. Ichigo versus Uryu. Rukia versus Adnan. Byakuya versus Kenpachi, the filler one. I'm referring to that. You have Yamamoto versus Yuhaba. You have other amazing fights for Bleach as well. It is hard to choose one of them who has, the winning point for the fight. So Naruto and One Piece. Why do I keep saying One Piece? Naruto and Bleach gets a point for their fight scenes. Now, when it comes to villains, it is a tiebreaker again with Bleach and Naruto. Again, there's so many good villains. You have Aizen, Ukiura, Grimjo, Haribel, Gin, Yuhaba, and Lord Takanada. You have the filler villains for Bleach, and then you have Naruto. You have Obito, Itachi, Madara, Gaara. I mean, he's not a villain, but I can see why people see him as a villain. Gaara. Then you have Sasuke become a villain in his own way. I forget another guy. What's his name? The snake guy. I forget his name already, but you know who I'm referring to. You have those villains as well, and it's hard to choose one of them for villains in Naruto and Bleach. So I had to give them another point for villains as well. Now we're going to get into the main character's goal. It is no surprise that Ichigo, aka Bleach, has a point for main character goal. Where you have Naruto and Luffy, they have dream goals. That's not actual goal, that's just dream goal. Naruto already achieved his goal to become the Hokage as a 4th Hokage. Where Luffy, his show still go on, but at this point is now going to take a bit of a hiatus break, who still wants to become the king of the pirate and searching for One Piece. So basically that's still a dream goal, to become a king of the pirate by finding One Piece. While you have Ichigo, is also similar to Goku. Goku wants to be the strongest warrior in the entire universe, but with Ichigo, it's basically similar but the opposite. He wants to be strong enough to be the substitute Soul Reaper, and the Soul Reaper that people can rely on and trust on, and also protect the people that he cared and loved. So, and hell, Ichigo is, well, which I will say that for later. So, I have to give points to the main character's goals to Bleach. Now the next one, female characters, is Bleach. Do I need to say more? Like, don't get me wrong, Naruto do got some best girls. Only like, what? Like 4? Maybe? I might be wrong. No, there's like 4 or 5. You have Hinata. Yeah, Hinata, Ano, and Hinata Sensei, I forgot her name. And the new Hokage leading to the Elite Village, I forgot her fucking name. And what was that other girl's name? The blonde one who is with Gaara. I forgot her name as well. You got that one as well. Oh shit. And One Piece, doesn't have best waifus. So that's gonna piss off a lot of One Piece fans. But with Bleach on the hand, do I need to say anything? I mean, you have Rengiku, you have Orihime, you have Nozomi, you have Yoriichi, Nozomi, Haribel, Haribel, Nell, the list goes on and on. Like, do I need to say more? So, Bleach got the point for best female waifus in the Bleach series. Well, that's gonna piss off a lot of One Piece fans what I just said, but I don't fucking care. Now the next one is soundtracks. Oh boy. I'm gonna give this one to Bleach. Because, I mean, I never liked One Piece soundtrack, honestly. It felt, like, hell, the first time I heard the opening for One Piece, who the fuck wants to hear a rap music of a fucking pirate? What the fuck? Naruto, there are some good ones and bad ones. Is mid, but none of them are my personal favorite. I mean, they're mid in my opinion. Bleach, it's only got the best one, honestly. Some of them, but even the soundtrack hits hard for the, you know, the moments, the attention, the emotional as well. So yeah. Oh boy. Next one is power systems. Now, people can debate about this, but I have to give this one to Bleach because, well, you have Shikai, Bankai, Dankai, Hakita, Kido, Spiritual Pressure, Soul Reaper, Shinigami, well, Soul Reaper, Shinigami are basically the same, I don't know why I said that, Quincy, Hollow, Ronkar, Zampatos, and the ability of Zampatos, Visors, more simple and understanding of the power system. One Piece is just all over the fucking place. Naruto, you could debate on that as well. I mean, it's straightforward as well, but it gets a little bit complicated to understand. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's freaking ninjas. Like, what do you expect? So I had to give this one to Bleach. Next one is the pacing. I had to give this to Naruto. After I gave Naruto a chance and watched the actual Naruto, I haven't started watching Naruto Shippuden yet, but after watching Naruto, I had to give the pacing to the series because it takes time and pacing of the characters and the story, etc., with the dialogue, you know, the story and the fight scene as well. It took some time and pacing as well. I can't say nothing about One Piece because I don't know about their pacing, or they just don't have one at all. Bleach, on the other hand, do have pacing, but it's more fast pacing than Naruto. So Naruto gets the point of their, you know, their pacing of, you know, the story, etc. Next one is the rivals. Is a tiebreaker between Naruto and One Piece. Sasuke and Zoro. Yeah, it's hard to choose one of them. I mean, the reason why I gave this to Naruto and One Piece because Uryu, as much I love Uryu, he never brings the rival feeling. Sure, he been acting like the rival in the Agent Shinigami and the Soul Society arc, but then he just stops being the rival, became a really close friend to Ichigo instantly. When you have Sasuke and Zoro, or they are friends, but they're still as rivals and they are to this day. And I mean, for fuck's sake, you get the fight between Naruto and Sasuke way earlier. Same goes for Luffy and Zoro as well. The only time you get Ichigo versus Uryu is when they're challenged to see who is the superior of their skills against Hollows. You don't get them actually face, or fought until the Thousand Year Blood War that we just had. So that's the only time you guys are gonna get way by late. But when One Piece and Naruto, they get it early. So yeah, I have to give this to Naruto and One Piece. Last but not least, the main character. Is not surprising to everyone, is Ichigo. Because I already mentioned before about his goal, why he wants to be strong enough. Unlike Naruto and Luffy has a dream goal. The reason why I say Ichigo is the best main character in Bleach, because he's a character that you can relate to, understand, and also he's a realistic character. I already mentioned before in my video of analyzing Ichigo's character and why he's related and so realistic. And sure, you could say Naruto is relatable. Yeah, Naruto is relatable of what he's going through, but he's not realistic. He's relatable, but not realistic. But Ichigo, he's both. But with Luffy, he's neither. And plus, he's nothing but a fucking nothing goofy. And I never take him seriously. Hell, even when he's being serious, I still don't take him seriously as a character. But with Ichigo, I take him seriously. I literally understand what he's going through, and I can relate to him and how realistic it is. Same goes for Naruto, being relatable as well. But with Luffy, there's nothing. There's no relatable, there's no realistic. He's just a fucking goofhead, retard captain. And somehow I never take him seriously when he's not, or when he is serious. I just can't. So I have to give this to Bleach for the main character. Now, before I get to, the points and the ranking of who is the worst, mid, and the best, which you guys pretty much could guess, about a day ago, I posted 3 community tab voting poll to ask you guys these certain questions. The first one asks, which out of the big 3 is your opinion and personal favorite? So, I'm looking at it right now. Is a tiebreaker between Naruto and One Piece, 19%, and 62% people voted for Bleach. And then the second post, I asked you guys, out of the big 3, which is the best in your opinion? So 18% of people voted for Naruto, 32% of people voted for One Piece, and 50% of people voted for Bleach. Then the last one, I asked you guys, in y'all personal opinion, out of the big 3, which is the worst in your opinion? 15% for Bleach, 35% of Naruto, and 50% of One Piece. So, it's actually stated that, now I want to get into the ranking. One Piece is in the top 3 for 30 points, and also being the worst, having 50%. Then, top 2, you have Naruto, who is in the mid, with a tiebreaker for, favorites and the best, and also mid of worst, but not really, with 40%, which is 10 ahead of One Piece. So Naruto is basically the mid out of the big 3. And thanks to, the higher votes for personal favorite for big three, not the worst, and the best out of the big three, Bleach takes the number one with 80 points. 40 points ahead of Naruto. So yes, I'm gonna repeat this again. Top 3, One Piece. Top 2, Naruto. And number 1, Bleach. So, yeah. So it's actually stated plus the points and the voting that One Piece is the worst, Naruto is mid, and Bleach is the best out of the big three. So, yeah, that's basically it, I have to say, with everything I have and the vote that you guys voted on the community tab. And this is just my personal opinion of where I rank them and who has the most points of all these 12 categories that I just mentioned. Again, this is just my personal opinion. Everyone have their own opinion of out of the big three, which is the best in their opinion. So I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on out of all the big three, what is your favorite, what is the best, and which is the worst. And also let me know your reasoning and give me your ranking of your ranking towards the best of the big three. Hope you guys enjoying the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social media will be down below in the description box. You guys know the drill. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before, share the Critias. And I'll see you guys later.